Good afternoon, everybody. ColinStonks here with another replay analysis on Advanced Tours by Web. Hope everyone is doing very well and ready for quite an epic game. Actually, this is one that I recorded. This is I don't actively record these things. No, this is one that the game that finished maybe 2 weeks ago on the map Viridia Aqua. On high funds, so this was a super fun match. Really enjoyed this one. Actually, quite a short game. So let's try and keep this under an hour. Not 55 minutes. No, I'm talking like 30 minutes maybe. Alright, shut up. Let's get on with it. So yeah, Viridia Aqua, quite clearly a very naval-focused map. If you look at the layout of this bad boy. You've got ports in the middle, ports on the sides, two airports each in each corner, and then split base, or mixed base, whatever you want to call it. So you tend to see lots of funneling, lots of quite choky fights happening up around these sort of shoal areas. Nothing really tends to happen over in these areas because these are like your friendly sort of walkways to reinforce each side if you need it, and then the double lab, so if you lose both labs, you lose the game. I guess things of note are these sort of island cities, which are quite cool, like the lost cities of Atlantis, but there's two of them. Atlantis' Revenge, so you know, if you want to get a bit of extra income, it's quite good to rush these early on. Very difficult to contest. And what else to say? Yeah, you got this river up here with the property here as well. So this leads to some interesting engagements because Yellow, for example, would like to own this. I think it is technically their property, but it's quite easy for Green to get an infantry across and start capping it, or at least, you know, put pressure on it. Maybe build like a battleship or helicopters to annoy anything on this city. So these, for me, are the two sort of fighting points. If you control both of these, you're going to have a good time. Yeah, let's talk about the matchup. So I picked Drake, obviously, because it's a naval map, right? I don't know about you guys, but if I see ocean tiles, I think Drake. I'll explain why he's probably better than people give credit for. I think he might be in the same tier as Hawke. I'm not sure. I'll put the tier list on the screen. So yeah, if it's an underpick, then it's no disrespect to my opponent. I genuinely believe Drake is an exceptional choice on this map. And more in general, I think if you're underpicking people, which I tend to do quite often, especially in my sort of early games in my career, it's more of a case of I actually see like really good viability in that CO for that map. It's not a case of thinking that you're better than someone, or giving them a chance. It's because I don't think in there's much room for that in the ladder. I think in the ladder you need to be in global league as well. You need to bring in your A game. So you pick the best CO that you can for the map. So yeah, I genuinely believe Drake to be excellent on this map. And my opponent goes Hawke. Some has played lots of games. About 1,250 rated player, so very strong opponent. As you'll see throughout the game, exceptionally good positioning, really good positional player. And Hawke on this map's pretty scary because it's a double comm tower? No, just the one comm tower each, but still 120 base firepower is quite scary. So we'll see what Hawke can do. As you can probably guess, I'm going to build a lot of navy this game. So yeah, expect big boats and start the day one. So I'm going first, and as you can see, Somei has this property. This is high funds, so you do really want to get rid of that immediately, because you're going to get 2,000 per property that you own. So high funds, big stonks as I like to call it. Probably my favourite game mode, just because it just allows for some crazy builds, right? So what's going on? Oh, am I building infantry? Right, we get the cap. So we get all our infantry. Just going for caps. It's a really simple early game. Again, I'm not sure what, you know, if you want the airport, you can rush it and go down here and safer approach. So May clearly wants to contest this area in the middle, near my base, near my HQ, my lab. So it's fair play. I think probably you do want to secure these properties as soon as you can, if you can. Recons are really good on this, as you'll see, because they allow you to build a recon and then you can interrupt anything on this area. So you can't really get these without maybe a tank or artillery backup. Day 2, so we go for the property in the back left, just because we want to be pathing correctly. And here I think this is the correct play. If you ever play this map, just be cautious of this, because I think it's quite easy to miss this. But you want to cap here, and then you move up here, cap this, and then cap the comm tower, and then you can go here, cap that or that. Or, if you're a really cheeky boy, you can go 1, 2, 3, and then threaten capping this. So that's just the way I would do it. I did do it. Let's keep going. So we're just going to smash out some infantry. Pretty classic, really. Yep. Essentially a mirror. I mean, what else can you do on this map? That is just the way it is. Day 3. And I'm a big fan of the Day 3 recon. And as you'll see, we get the Day 3 recon. This recon's going to be viable in this area, regardless of whether he builds a tanked counter or not. What's nice is it covers it covers 4 properties. So it's a good value buy for 4k. So I think recon's really decent on this map. Even if it ends up doing not much, it's just the threat of it. And they're quite good against artillery, and obviously you're going to want to build artillery, hence the artillery here. I build this artillery anticipating a recon from Somei or a tank, but I know for a fact now that I'm going to get this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this property's locked in for me, which is great. He's already got his. I'm just going to call Hawke he, because it's just so difficult to keep it on top of identity. And speaking of identity, this Hawke player knows what they want. Look, turn 3 medium tank. That's a standard Hawke build, really. Why not? I'm anticipating a lot of the fighting to happen around this area of the map now. And Drake just doing Drake things. I put the recon here so that you can't cap this. Move the RT up, go for caps, and then I get another artillery. And I think, yeah, cheapest way to deal with medium tank, build an artillery. We get a tank, and I'm pretty sure I get another tank. Yep, another tank up here. So 2 tanks, artillery. So I'm kind of going like, you know, I'm spreading my portfolio across a diverse set of maybe penny stocks, whereas Somei here is just straight in with the, you know, 100x margin buy on Apple or something. Let's keep going. He's going for his comm tower now, brings the medium tank in. Goes for his, you know, this property here, which is great. There's nothing I can do about that. Whereas I'm going to get mine as well, so, you know, the gentleman's agreement. Double artillery from Simi. Pretty good. Get the cap, clean up the port, clean up the airport. Bring the artillery down. This just covers this property. I know he can strike this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I put the recon in the way. And now it's like, oh, do you want to kill the recon? And then, you know, you're going to get slammed by this artillery. Go for the ports. And it's a good position for this artillery, because I really don't mind if he does try and shoot it. I don't necessarily think it's a good idea to shoot artillery with infantry unless you've got a blob of them. So I get a mech up here, and it's just, oh, my eyes are all over the place. Is that it? Is that all I buy? Is that all I could afford? A mech and artillery. Oh, I get a black boat. Okay, yeah. So the black boat's great as Drake, and this is why I just want to speak about Drake, really. Drake's viability on this map, and why I think he's probably top tier, if not top tier. is because of the +1 movement to his naval units. So this black boat, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 usually, but because I'm Drake, 8, so I can get to this property in 1 turn. And I see that he's capped his airport. He can't build a helicopter to interrupt just yet. He can technically interrupt with a helicopter if he builds one this turn. But I've got a plan for that. I thought ahead. He just sheepishly brings this medium tank up, and this tank's getting in position. This is as far as the tank can move, but now I'm like, I'm under threat. I know what's going on here. We've seen this before. It's just another day in the office, like when your homeland's under attack. Sorry if that was insensitive. Get the port, get the city, go for the comm tower, go for the other property, and here we just go for the positional play. So I cap this. If he goes for damage here, then I 100% kill this. So not worth it for him to trade his infantry off here. He's just got to let me have this, I think. Yeah, we go for the cap and get a nice trade on that guy, because why wouldn't you? And yes, Drake, black boat, so good. And again, I'm just threatening this still. I quite enjoy the whole giving your opponent options, but none of them are that great. So the mech comes down. This mech's going to be quite important for warding off, the tank, etc. So I'm really hopeful that him seeing this is going to force everything into the middle. I would ideally like to see him push into the middle here, so that I can get these two, because these properties are quite difficult to capture back if your opponent invests heavily into them. And then if they get a battleship, for example, you're going to have a terrible time trying to capture these back. So in the early game, I've only played this map once, but my game theory was to try and grab these ASAP, try and grab the contested properties ASAP, and then just hold, just hodl. So May's turn, he gets double port airport, triple port cap, lovely. Oh, quad port. Oh, that's disgusting plays. All right. That's what we love about high funds, just the sheer access to units. Goodbye Recon, you did nothing, but he's got me a good trade. I think 4K, losing 4K there, getting a bit of charge, and then we're gonna have a good shot. Probably take that and then take that. So I don't hate that. This is the problem though. It's when these tanks start flooding in. Hence the medium tank last turn. I should have spoken about this, but I'm expecting these tanks to come middle and the helicopter. So. It's very... Oh, I know what I'm about to build this turn. I've already got it planned out. Don't you worry. Goes for the interrupt. Which I think is a little bit crazy, but whatever. I can see why he did it, because he gets this artillery in position to cover. So it's pretty good. Oh yeah, and I didn't speak about this either. So I built a T-copter last turn. You can guess where that's going. Spoilers, it's on the sea. He gets artillery, infantry, and tank, and another helicopter. So, getting the unit count up, which is vital on these maps. You really do want to be building from as many bases as possible. Infantry comes in. I just want to weaken this boy up here, because there's a chance here that, my lab's under threat. I don't want to lose it just yet. We go for the cap. Artillery cleans up the infantry on the mountain, and we just trade off that infantry there. And this is nice because now if he shoots this, I get to hit his artillery, and I may or may not do that. This is kind of annoying, him blocking my city here, which is why Recon's so good. Build a Recon. If you get this map in rotation, day 3 Recon, treat yourself. Interrupt. And here, so this is the positional play I'm talking about. So, me doing this, I have to build a tank here, otherwise this is just not worth it. Saying that, this tank does cover, so if he does go for this infantry with the Recon, I will punish, but we'll see what I do. I actually can't remember. But we're going to sort of overwhelm, give him too many options here. And I've got the anti-air ready to cover that infantry as well. It's just about anticipating, I guess. Like, you know, I go for this capture here. I'm expecting a helicopter, because it's kind of the only thing that can stop or prevent, or, you know, stop this from happening. So I want to build an anti-air, and that also serves a dual purpose of covering this entire island as well. So it's just redundancies. I think if I could summarize, yeah, redundancy. Speaking of redundant units, here's the cruiser. So again, it's got 8 move. So actually, the red is where it can go. It's not 8, sorry, 7, because it's got 6 base, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. That's so weird. I don't know why the black boat doesn't show Drake's extra movement, but the cruiser does. Whatever. The replay view is weird. It's such a good tool, but there's just a few weird things about it. I can't complain. I'm not complaining. So we go for a tank here. And I get my own helicopter. Drake battlecopter, yeah. So I didn't go for the tank, and I think that's mainly because, like, the chopper can support this cap, and if I can get it into this area, it's really useful. It can, like, go between these fronts. And also, one thing to note as well, which you'll see me do later on, is choking this. I don't want to spoil it. So he goes for it. I mean, it's 2 HP. This is a great shot. Look at that. That really stung. That's Hawke for you. Powerful. So I don't know what that grunt was. That was kind of weird. Yeah, he punishes me here. That's pretty good. Pretty good from Some. And this helicopter's in position, but it's too late. I'm going to get this property. And I am not letting that property go, I tell you now. My artillery getting beat up. He's just moving up. He's going for his island caps here, which is, you know, it's great. He's gonna get these two, but I've slowed him down a little bit. I think it's worth sacking an infantry to delay a cap by a turn, because it's like 2,000 funds for losing an infantry. Okay, 2 turns, so you know it's 4,000 funds this infantry's generated. Pretty good. Oh. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. So it puts it on 10, so it'll take him 3 more turns to capture that. So is that 10,000? Does this infantry just net me 10,000 there? Yeah, if it does, then amazing. I should know, but I don't. Infantry comes down. The mech going for the cap. I like this. This wards off the tanks. Like, yep, you can shoot the tank. You can shoot the mech. But it's going to hurt more than shooting an infantry. And also, 2, 1, 2. It's perfect. This mech was made. This mech was designed specifically for capturing this building. I think a mech here is pretty decent. So we finally get our cap here, and look at that. Threaten the cap, go for it. You know. And then here, I moved the black boat over just to make sure that this infantry can get off next turn. Move up, get some repairs. Tank gets a nice shot there, lovely. Tank gets a nice shot there. And the infantry does okay. He's not hating that. And again, just a nice little delay there as well. This is where things get cheeky. I don't see an anti-air here, so I'm like, you know what? Let's block. And I don't drop off the infantry because there's a good chance that this lives, and if it does, then I can cap this. So it's like dual purpose redundancy, like I'm talking about, is the T-copter wants to go here. Its job is to capture this, but I can get this and this if I play it properly. So, and then the battleship, of course, because I'm Drake. Of course. I don't know about this mech. I'm not sure that was worth it, but I guess I need some more units to sort of ward off this these cheaper units that he's pressuring with. So yeah, goes for the caps. Oh, he gets the helicopter down here. This is a good spot for a helicopter as well, because what this does is now, if I go for this, he can take it out, sort of thing. I've got my own helicopter covering it. I've also got this cruiser, so we'll see what I do with that. Goes for his property, gets some cleanups. Helicopter finishes the tank. The reason he does that is so that if I counterplay here, his artillery will get shot off. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Worth noting that the battleship's not in range. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so it covers up to this intersection here. I do like a battleship. So the infantry, you're moving up. He's got a lot of units here, and I've only got 2, but that should be fine. Recon comes in for the interrupt. Infantry finishes. I don't like that so much. This is kind of a wasted tank. It's kind of not great for me to kill, like fully kill the tank, but it's still like, I don't know, you're going to take a lot of damage. Is it worth it? He's got Black Storm soon, so it probably is worth it actually, just to build the charge up. And he built a bomber. So we've got a bomber, infantry, he's got his own helicopter. Sorry about this little like info card. Actually that lines up perfectly, doesn't it? Little Chinook. So yeah, my thoughts are he's going to want to go for, he's going to want to try and cap this off me. He wants to take this back. And he's going for this cap as well. Snuck his infantry across the river, much like I did. See how I respond to that. So start by capping all our properties. And here I just want to I want to guarantee that this tank lives. Like, this tank's really important because it stops his push, pretty much. And I can't let this helicopter get an attack off on my tank. Otherwise I'm in tatters. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait, what? Okay, I allow the first strike from the helicopter on the tank, but that's fine. And here, I actually don't go for the helicopter, we go for the infantry. I think that's wise. I would much rather have this income. And he hasn't got many infantry in the area. Granted, he could fly the transport copter over and potentially cap it, but this to me makes more sense. Stop him from taking your properties, and then just get the finish on the medium tank. And then infantry on the city. Just to be annoying, really, nothing more than that. The battleship comes down, and now that's as close as it can get, but it's threatening these artillery, so if this artillery takes a shot, my battleship's going to get value. And that always feels bad, where you're like positioned in such a way that, you know, it was good. It was, you know, this was a good setup for Sommet, but maybe didn't consider that the battleship could rotate down this way. Potentially, in retrospect, a better play, maybe. I think was to probably put these artillery down here. Use this mountain as cover. But it's fine. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, nothing major. And if anything, it forces this battleship out of position. Well, I say that, it's covering this base, so it's actually it's a pretty good move for the battleship. So this maybe is a prime example of like baiting yourself. He's trying to bait me here into a bad engagement with my anti-air. But instead I don't take it, kill the infantry, almost, finish a medium tank, and now I'm pressuring his artillery, covering my medium tank, and also covering the base. So the early battleship, really good. 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can do that with anyone. It doesn't have to be Drake. That's only a 5-move battleship. So good stuff. Go for the mountain engagement. Finish this guy, man. Like, yeah. How to stop that? Maybe if he built a recon earlier, it would force me to invest a bit more in stopping him from having that, but I think I played that quite well. We get the tank here because we know this anti-air. If it wants to come in and hit either of these, I mean, it has to do it from the city, so he has to attack from here to kill this, and that's fine by me because it's another turn. He won't have that city. Get another medium tank, just churning him out. Another Meg, another black boat. This cruiser goes on that tile specifically. I think it's because I'm worried about this helicopter. The helicopters do so much damage to air units, to cruisers. Cruisers are a good counter to helicopters, but only if they get the first strike. This is why I think most people think cruisers suck, and I agree. I don't think cruisers are great. But when you're Drake and you get the bonus defense... Sorry, I didn't talk about the COs at all. You all know. You all know what these guys are about. I'll make sure I put their, their dossiers or whatever it's called on the side at the beginning. But the extra defense means that this cruiser can probably survive a couple of battlecopter hits. I think it's about 50% on average, but the shoal gives me a bit of extra protection. And it's just good positioning as well. So like the ideal position for this bomber to attack my battleship would be somewhere like within 7 move to the left down here. But because I've put the cruiser here, if he takes any of those moves, any of these exposed tiles, I can then shoot first with the cruiser. So I think that's why I did it. So I'm kind of forcing this cruiser up. I kind of want this cruiser to go north now. Just warding it away with the cruiser. He loads up the T-copter, and yeah, it looks like he's going for the cap here. Potentially. In comes the anti-air. I just don't... He's giving me a shot here. I know he wants to cap this, but I don't know why he did that. That was quite interesting, I guess. Ah, yeah, smart. Okay, yeah, because I can't one-shot this. I don't think he's accounted for my power though. So we'll see. Helicopter comes in and finishes the. That's it. To be fair, that's a nice play there. I didn't expect that necessarily. I thought that was really good by Somei. Obviously in anti-air range, but he might be able to deal with that. I think he's just overwhelming me here, just giving me too many options. Oh yeah, look at that. He traps my anti-air. Poor guy. And he does the same to me that I did to him. Brings the tank back to heel. And finishes the infantry, so... Absolutely ruined. Another bomber. Let's go to my turn. We've got the bomber, artillery, and another helicopter. So, there's a lot of money being thrown around in this game. Lots of money. 46k. I'm up 2 properties on Somei, which is great, and potentially going to be 3. He's going to cap this, so... yeah, call it net 2 after that. But my mission objective is I do not want him to have this. That is not okay, and also that is not okay. I'm going to try my damnedest to stop that. So I just go straight in with the tsunami. And the tsunami here, I know most people would say, like, I'll go for Drake's superpower. But Somei's so close to his superpower, he's going to get it anyway. So he's going to heal up all his units, whatever. And he'll probably end up, using the Black Storm, because it's just, like, better value, more efficiency. And then I'm getting net positive, because instead of him healing 2 from my tsunami, I'm conserving charge, and then able to retain a bit more for another tsunami, and that's really going to pressure his helicopters, his bombers, with regards to fuel. So I was quite happy with that, and it allows this. So that's just something to think about if you're, well, when you're just in general playing this game. But a power, the extra 10% attack and defense, and then plus the 1 damage from the power. Which allows me to clean this anti-air up, so that's really promising. If we bring the T-copter back, it's kind of done its job. Here I'm just stopping it from capping this, of course. Get a nice... that's not a roll. Anti-air is actually quite good. And look at that, battleship getting value already. Smash! Only does 8, but... whatever. And I'm feeling feisty on the left, I think I outnumber him here. I think what I'm trying to do here now is to get him to build, like, more stronger units on this side. Because I really want to capture this. So, like, by forcing a play on your opponent, you can then, like, it opens up the rest of the map, sort of thing. Which is why I think tanks are so viable. Like, just... over the medium tank, I'd probably just go tanks early game and then respond to their medium tank if they build one. So we're just getting set up. Of course, this tank has no shots, and I'm still covering this base. So yeah, the dual purpose of stopping him from building heavy ground units here with the battleship, and then pressuring on the left, giving him the false promise of, you know, you might be able to take some of these properties off me, which is fair at the time. Like, you know, you just don't know, do you? It's one of those things. I mean, I build the medium tank here just to like shore up the base a bit. As I say, oh, hello. Look at that. Carrier. So I'm clearly feeling the pressure here. He's got 2 choppers, 2 bombers coming in, you know, another helicopter. I can't let these units get out of control. And obviously can only afford infantry after that one. That's a big purchase. So here comes the Black Storm. Heals up all the damage I did with my tsunami. Does 2 to everything. So it's an expensive Black Storm. But I'm up on the unit value in general, so I don't feel too bad about it. Yeah, just cleans up some stuff. This tank here is pretty good because it's like going to be super difficult for me to break this and then stop this. It's on 5, so gonna be good. And look at this. Oh, that's not great. You know, those really sting. The cruiser is kind of doing its job by baiting the helicopter strikes away from the battleship, but like, man, it's not very good. I don't think the helicopter does much to the Drake battleship with power anyway. I think it's only like 20%, so... Oh yeah, there it goes. Yeah, sorry. It died. So just consolidating back here, healing up, bringing artillery in. He's going to capture this now. And he's doing, you know, he's going for the old Colin strats, using the T-copter here. I mean, what else are you going to use it for, let's be honest. He comes in with the tank, which is pretty aggressive. Pretty aggressive indeed. And he picks up a Neo, so yeah, like I'm saying, I quite like the Neo. It's not forced, but it's okay. I don't think you need a Neo tank yet down here necessarily. I think this is a this is my corner, you know, sort of buy. Like he's really going to threaten me with that, so just got to be careful with the Neo tank because it will just absolutely demolish everything it touches. Yes, carrier value. Let's look at that again. Satisfying. Sorry, I don't know what that sound. ASMR. That's 9,000 funds worth of no charge for Mr. Seme, and then we get a smack on the tank, which is good. I go for a shot here because I think I'm just like, I might as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not great. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's. I don't know why I did that. I'm sure there was reasoning. Oh. Oh, I see. Alright, yeah, wait and see what I build. I think you'll be surprised. Go for another tsunami. That's a good tsunami, I'm happy with that. Look at all these fuel, like, this guy's on 19, this guy's on 16. The bomber that's, like, done nothing is on 18 fuel, so... you know, really, Drake's power really punishing on this map. This anti-air as well. Keep an eye on this anti-air. It has a really fun time. That's all I will say. Get the artillery hit. I take out the helicopter as well down here with the anti-air. That's worth it to me. It's a good trade. He's going to kill the anti-air with his Neo, but whatever. Just get some repairs, bring the artillery in, and... Yeah, so the reason I put this here is because the way I see it is he can't get this artillery out. So this tank has to stay there. So this artillery can threaten the tank, and it also threatens this cap if he goes for it with his Chinook. So it's just, you know, you could put it here and threaten both of them, but why not here? This is just so much better place, and there's no helicopter to punish it, so it's just serving more than one purpose. The black boat blocker. Black boat blocker. Try saying that 10 times really fast. Blah, 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 blah. Black, black, blocker. Battleship comes up north. Run away. Bombers. Scary. Run. Do not want to be losing battleships this early. And, you know, I'm bringing this infantry down here because I'm like, wow, I have got no units. I've got no units. And, you know, this bomber here as well, it's just like, it's dire. It's kind of almost like forcing me to build, like, medium tanks every turn. Which I don't mind. I need to get the anti-air though. Because these bombers, I just can't let them get too much value. And here we go, cruiser. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I built the cruiser so he can hit this tile or this tile. So if he interrupts with his bomber, he'll lose it. Well, I think he'll lose it, maybe? It'll do a lot of damage to his bomber. So the cruiser, again, quite viable. Not too bad. But as you can see, a lot of my money is going into anti-air at the moment, which always feels bad, but when it can serve two purposes, like the cruiser is quite useful. It can deal with submarines. It's not a great blocker, but the carrier, I love a carrier, and in this case, I think the carrier is warranted. It's going to completely zone out air units, and that combined with my fuel drain is really going to help me control the pace of the game. This is still going. It's on 3. He's trying so hard. But in the end, will it even matter? Goes for the property. This is fine. I think this is fine. Insert burning house meme. This is one of those... I think there's a good chance he gets this. Obviously the helicopter here could interrupt, but... And here, this is quite smart from Sommet, so getting within the sort of the optimal range, or you know, outside of the optimal range, within the, I don't know what you call it, the damage radius. Like, see here, the carrier can't hit either of these, and it's threatening the battleship as well. So pretty good. And it forces this carrier, if I want to move it, has to come east. Just like the old the noodles advert, go east in your microwave. Oh, it's been a weird day. Is that Sharwood's? Alright, this is not a paid sponsor. I'll get back to the video. So infantry gets a medium. And a submarine, here we go. So if you thought cruisers were terrible, all of a sudden they became pretty good. And that's, I don't know about the submarine. I've been thinking about this for a while actually. I don't know if the submarine is a really big brain buy or not, because he can see the damage that this guy's got 6 fuel. He can see the damage that the Drake power is doing, and maybe he's just like, you know what, I need to just punish these big expensive units, which is totally fair enough. But you know, if I keep my ships on my port, their defenses are huge. I don't think a sub can do more than 40 to 50%. Granted, with his superpower, it will do a lot of damage, and he might be able to get the finish. So and he goes for the join cap here, and the join cap here. So really investing a lot in these, really wanting to lock them in. So my turn comes around. We're on day 12. I mean, this is the most value you'll ever see out of a carrier. Bang! Absolutely rails that transport copter. That's like using a nuclear missile to you know, kill an infestation of bees in a you know, a 10 meter square radius. Not worth, but it is worth in the grand scheme of things because it lets me pull this one off. So, God, I keep getting distracted. Sorry. Okay, so we get the repair on the artillery, and then that guarantees the 1 shot, and then the antillery. Oh, I did it again. The antillery comes down and stops this, and look at that. Lovely. That's what you love to see. It's on 2 health. It's got 3 left on the cap. So this is fantastic. I could keep this up all day. The tank comes down for the interrupt here, puts it on 8. Oh, it's not enough. So the infantry, this has to kill it, and it sucks. I'm giving him the free shot here, but it is what it is. So the battleship comes up 1 square, and you can probably see why, but this bomber's only got 6 fuel. It takes 5 per turn, so it's only going to have 1 move next turn. So it can hit the carrier, but that's totally fine by me because it gives me the charge that I just want charge so that I can keep spamming these is it the tsunami, the normal, and just, you know, really punish his air units. We go for the interrupt here, and I don't know why I bring this back to heal. I think it's mainly because this T-copter dies in 1 hit to a full HP Hawke infantry. So if I can heal it to 5, it will take him 2 shots to kill it. So I think it's probably worth just, you know, make sure you're aware of your calculations so that later in the game, if they're necessary, you won't have to think about them because you've already got that 5 HP T-copter that can live 2 infantry attacks. Oh, I didn't talk about this. Oh, hold on. I wanted to talk about this. Yeah, so, sorry, roll it back a turn. So this is before he combined everything to capture these 2. Just watch this. So, I really like this from Sommet. This was awesome to see. So, there you go. Look at that. What happened to it? He deletes his artillery, which allows the this tank a shot on my tank in an otherwise doomed position. So I thought that was really cool. It was a good move. I should have spoken about that when it happened. Sorry guys, I've disrupted the flow of the video. Where are we at? Right, so I cleaned up all this. We go for the interrupt. T-copter comes back to hill, and then I put this this cruiser into position. We go for some cleanups, and here just using the black boat as a wall. The black boat's just so good. And of course it's going to keep my units alive as well if I need. It's all about the black boats, honestly. He never wants to shoot this, even though I think he does good damage with the Neo. It's just one of those things where you feel like you're wasting a move, shooting a black boat or a transport. And here I don't go for this recon finish, and the reason is because it's not low enough to deal significant, well, to be fair, it will do some damage to the artillery. If it does, it dies to the Meg. But if I attack this, I open myself up to a 2-shot, and I lose this tank, and I really don't want to lose this tank because it's like my only sort of mobile ground unit, and I've got another one coming up here. I really want this to be a coordinated strike, and for that to happen, both of these have to live. So, you know, I will punish if he does go for it, but he can't get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can there, but if he does that, he's going to lose a lot. Like, he'll lose both his tanks to kill my 1 tank. Whereas if I put it here, I think there's a chance. I think it's just marginally better. I'm not sure. We get the finish here. No, we don't. It's on 2. Fighter. Drake Fighter. The aforementioned Drake Fighter. Now, I know I said they're the best fighters in the game. That is a questionable statement, but I stand by it. I think in some cases the Drake Fighter is incredible. I just don't think you ever build a fighter to kill a Drake Fighter unless it's like within range of your airport and you've got spare money. He goes for it here. That's really nice. Look at the charge of that. And like, for what? 2 damage, and it cost me a bit of money, but it's totally fine. These poor medium tanks, they're just getting absolutely ruined. Doesn't dive the sub. Goes for the luck rolls. Doesn't get it. He brings his infantry off and puts the Antillery on there to kill the 4 HP helicopter, which I don't know is great. The problem with that is this now has 2 fuel, so you know, it can't. It's not going very far, is it? And it sterilizes his property. Yeah, sure, I can't like reinforce of it, but he can't capture it. So I don't know if that was great or not. Goes for a couple of kills down there in the corner. Finishes my artillery with his helicopter, which now has 3 fuel. So this has, I think, choppers use 2 per turn, so he's going to get 1 more turn out of this, which was annoying. And that was a good move by Some. Bringing this down and like look how perilous my situation is down here. Sure, I've got carrier, but like, you know, what does that do against 3 artillery and a bunch of infantry? Absolutely nothing. So, yeah, really nice move. The anti-air as well. I don't know why he got another anti-air. I think it's because he was threatened by that chopper and he built it. But I guess it does stop me from constantly pushing B-copters out here. Goes for the cap here, which is marginal. It's not going to happen. So yeah, this another, you know, why Drake. Cruiser's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at that. You can port lock. You can port lock your opponent. In, you know, 2 moves from the opposite port. So decent. And I'll show you why else Drake. I go for this because I just want charge. I don't mind if he hits me here. I basically need to stop his momentum. I need to kill his like full HP infantry. If he takes this shot, then great. It's high funds. It's big stonks. I don't care if it costs money. Same here. Like, you know, this artillery can sit here and shoot the tank. I really don't mind. They don't cost much, and it delays the artillery for a turn, which is crucial because that allows me to get into position to start capturing these properties and putting pressure on. You can see how valuable infantry are on this map, and look at that. We get it. Oh, yes. Man, it was a 1. Oh. That felt good. That was like one of those crazy, like, oh, it all worked out in the end sort of things. Very nice. And then the carrier, like, all the way down here. Main reason for this is, like, I really want to threaten him into a airport lock. Even though I've got the fighter. And I think the main reason is because I want him to build either a sub or a battleship down here. I don't necessarily love the battleship. I'd rather he built a sub. Or like a bomber now. Or, do you know what I mean? Like a fighter. Something like that. Any sort of big unit down in this corner would be great right now. So me positioning like this kind of forces... It doesn't force, but it encourages the opponent to do that. So yeah, we block off the port, get some repairs with that. And this kind of sucks, but fortunately the submarine is out of the way. It can't reach the battleship. This bomber can't kill the black boat, I'm pretty sure. And the fighter as well serves a dual purpose. You see the submarine, you go, yeah, I want a fighter, because it can sniff out those submarines, you know, somehow. You can like see a dove submarine. Pretty decent. Bit of a troll build, but not really, like, super viable. 10 fuel on the black boat, so, you know, I really want to keep this guy around. Black boats are, like, super good. Just get a recon here, because I know I can get hit by whatever I build in here is going to get hit, so I'm like, well, I'll build a recon. Because, you know, then at least I've got a cheap vehicle that can potentially do something. What else do we get? Artillery. Oh, I get a battleship. Yeah, battleship up here. I see the sub going this way. You know, I kind of want this bomber to come up north now. I've got the fighter that can transition. I've got the cruiser covering. So we build the battleship. And it just, you know, it really pushes him out of this area. So the Neo comes in. This Neo is scary. There's no two ways about that. And he's, you know, just... smashing face. I know it's like, you know, I've got better unit count and better value, but I think his power's arguably better than mine. So I do have to be careful. Wait, did we miss it? Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. This bomber dies. Come on. When does the bomber die? at the beginning of his turn. It doesn't show it if you click next turn. Interesting. Okay, sorry, I just wanted to show that. So, yeah, there you go. So it does it in the refuel step. Interestingly, but so that's a helicopter. This is gonna die, and a bomber that's got value off of just my normal power. So the fuel drain really coming in clutch, being quite useful. And I need to pull back over here. This is too scary. Lots of bombers, lots of big scary units. He goes for the. I guess there's nowhere else you can put this, and I can see wherever he dives it. The thing is as well, is say he put it in this shoal. I can always just move the black boat up to cover this off, so the submarine kind of a little bit redundant here. It's just like, it's just there. It's just kind of like stopping, if I build a battleship or a cruiser, it has to like fight on this tile, essentially. So it's choking me up here a little bit, but, you know, this black boat, he's emotionally stable. He will not be influenced. And we've still got the poor lock going on, which is great. He kills my T-copter. I don't know. I was quite upset with that. I mean, I don't know why he'd do that, really, because like, what's it going to achieve, the T-copter? And you've just given away the anti-air. So, I don't know. Maybe he just like has a fear of Chinooks or something. They are quite scary. They don't look like they should fly. I have actually been in a Chinook in my real life, not in a and also in a game, I guess. But yeah, very loud, very shaky, but apparently pretty good. Finally builds the APC. I guess he's seeing this and he's like, I don't want to lose another bomber to like doing nothing. Submarine. So here we go. Engage operation. Get value out of the submarine. It's all about forcing bad investments, I think. The artillery here. This is a really great spot for the artillery. I can't heal on this property now. This tank, this medium tank is just dead. Which, you know, it's sad. Yeah, he did really well. I think it killed an infantry here, and then it killed another infantry. So, you know, he's done it. He's done his part. This battleship, yeah, again going for the base log. And again, like, you don't need to be Drake to do this. That's just a standard move. He builds the rockets. So I should react, like, you know, live reaction. Hawke builds rockets. Sorry, I'll shut up. Yeah, so the battleship is nice because it stops the heel, and it really like threatens anything that comes out of this base. So this rockets has to go here now, and you'll see what I build at the end of this turn. That poor Antillery didn't stand a chance. You'll see, guys. I think you'll like it. Have a guess what you think I build in response to these rockets. I'm sure you'll be able to get it. So yeah, black boat comes up here, and this is just an invitation to build either a cruiser or. Okay, I did build a cruiser. Yeah, there you go. If you guessed correctly. In response to rockets, you build cruiser. No, I thought I built a battleship this turn, but apparently not. I'm just baiting myself into saying stupid things. So this helicopter's going to die now. This just being alive on this tile was such a pain, honestly. Like, really well played by Somei to like position it in such a way that even though it's going to die, like, it's just super annoying because I don't want to kill it with the anti-air. Mainly because I just don't want to give him charge, so I just bring it back to heel and then just like sort of wall it off a bit. And we're going for the caps up here, so we're putting the pressure on. The cruiser comes up, and you know, this submarine, having achieved not much, is going to achieve, well, maybe achieve the record for the the deepest wreck of a submarine in the azure blue. I don't know what I'm saying. It's going to the bottom of the ocean. Yeah. Right, we'll heal up the black boat. That's important. The fighter comes down and blocks the city. It's really good. This was important as well, to really make sure the wall's good here. You just can't allow, like, if this Neo tank breaks through, if it was me, I'd happily take an artillery shot onto my Neo tank to start clearing all this out, so, especially with his power coming up, so just gotta be careful with that. He has so much damage, and I think by walling like this, he can only, like, I think he can still, like, ruin me quite hard here, so we'll see what he does. I was a bit nervous in this corner. I really wasn't, like, prepared for the Neo tank as much as I should have been. So I build another artillery, of course, just, you know. Why deal with your problems face to face when you can shoot them with artillery? I don't know if you guys saw that, but there you go. Just click back once. So yeah, build the artillery. It's really difficult keeping track of this map. These two helicopters. Bye-bye. Yeah, they're gone. And dives the sub. Just, you know, watch the replay. You'll see where the sub goes. It's a good place for the sub because I can't hit it with this. I have nothing to, like, commit to revealing it. Kills my infantry on the city. Kills my poor medium tank. Honestly, I was just fed medium tanks this game, but, you know, they did what they needed to do. Doesn't get the roll on the infantry. And that's tough, to be honest. I don't think he can, like, but he can kill the artillery. So maybe if he, like, did his attacks differently there might have been a way that he could guarantee the kill on this. You know, use his Black Storm, potentially, I'm not sure. You know, maths is for blockers, if any of you play Magic. I guess I'm the blocker in this case, that doesn't make sense. You know, he can move up with all his tanks. You know, the problem with, like, having mobile units is you want them to be mobile, and building, like, building mobile units in this very choky area is not great. Like, they can only go, like, up and down. You know, you want your tanks, like, threatening multiple fronts. These are just basically, like, clogging up the pipe, as it were, for lack of a better imagery. And he brings his APC round. So we're expecting a refuel on this bomber pretty soon, because he's on 11. And the rockets covers... yeah, basically just going for long range on the rockets. I guess nothing threatens this, so it's totally fine with it being here. Yeah, I have no response to that. And he gets another Neo tank, so I'm really feeling the pressure up here. Fortunately, 2 Neo tanks is fine. The problem with this Neo tank, I think, is if it comes north, I can react with my own Neo tank or a bomber, and then it's kind of, like, pretty pointless. If it goes east, then I can start, like, slow pushing up here. So the Neo tank's probably a bit overkill. I would have just probably built a tank here. But I fully appreciate the scariness of the bomber. So you don't see where this goes because it's Divon. So yeah, I've got to kind of guess where this went. So I just remember it's here, and then count 5. It can't be there or there. Can't be on that tile because I'd see it. So a bit of guesswork involved. This was quite smart though. I see. So the reason he brings the rockets here is it covers the submarine. And I thought, personally, he would put the submarine here, because then it's covered by the artillery as well. So my plan was, I'll show you on my turn, but my plan was to try and reveal this submarine. And, you know, I'm expecting it to be on probably this tile. Or maybe, well, I guess, no, what am I talking about? I'm clearly terrible at this game, yeah. If he puts it here, then my submarine, my cruiser can strike from here. But as it is, he puts it here, which is, I think, it's totally fine. It's a shame this artillery couldn't get into this forest here. That would have been good. So yeah, we find it. We sniff him out. Cruiser comes in. Bang. And that's a submarine gone. And I've got the power. we go for the Typhoon. Yes. Main reason for the Typhoon this turn is for the rain. So there's a really interesting play that I want to share with you guys coming up, and I'd be interested to see what you think about it. I don't know if it won me the game, but it definitely just goes to show how versatile Drake is as a CO. And I would argue actually Drake's probably the most versatile CO, especially on a big map like this. This fighter, so the Drake fighter, in combination with the Super CO power, allows the bomber kill. I mean, if this was on 10 HP, I think it still kills it. It's 10% power plus 2, so it'll be on 8. I'll put the roll up, I'm pretty sure it does. But crucially, the most important aspect of this whole scenario is that now this anti-air cannot reach to punish the fighter trade. So I was really happy with that. I think, as he would be. The problem with it is it allows him to... He's now got enough units here to wall my fighter in and guarantee the kill with the artillery. Antillery. So this attack only makes sense if I pressure and force him to make a split decision. The obvious decision here is for him to trap the fighter and kill it, get revenge. The artillery takes out the infantry. Sorry, just moving up to the top. Tank comes down, get the mech in position. Get the 1 HP infantry in the mountains for extra vision, of course. Antillery comes in, battleship comes in to support. And now it's threatening this. Which is the problem with the rockets, I guess, is when you see battleships, I don't know if the rockets is ever going to help you. I totally get it. It's a tough call. I mean, it does get a free shot on one of these two, but then he loses it to the battleship. It's a tough one. Bring the carrier up here. Look at this coverage. It's so good. Completely negates any air attack on my forces at the top. It still somewhat covers this city, which is really useful. Not that he has any air units down here. And it can't be hit by anything, so I was happy with that. And this battleship maneuver, I don't want it to get hit by the bomber, because that would be terrible, especially with his superpower on the way. But what it does do is it stops him from moving up onto this city for free. If he can take this city and bolster around it, he's going to have a good time. Because he'll get repairs, and it'll be a good position for him, and he might even be able to work on this property. This poor Antillery's been sitting for 5 turns now or something. He's just chilling there, just enjoying the culture of Green Earth. So yeah, the battleship's just covering. It's just a really useful positional unit. I think against some opponents, if they're really feisty or you need to be out positioning them. And against Somei, I definitely got the impression that they preferred a more an aggressive style of push, but also respecting the zoning. So I was trying to this game trying to counter zone and retaliate while setting up favourable trades, essentially. We stop this. I don't really want to let the lab go. And yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. So these units are dead. The mega tank, the medium tank kills this, the artillery kills this, or whatever. Any combination works. I think these two, with his power, kill the recon, and then the medium kills the artillery. But I do this because he has to do that now. Or he has to use these units to wall off the fighter. So now he either kills both of these, or he lets my fighter live. Or he lets them live and kills my fighter. So just an interesting sort of dynamic. You see, hopefully you can see what I mean about the wall, but he can essentially go infantry, artillery. Basically he's got enough units to fully encapsulate this fighter, and I can't respond. So yeah, this only made sense because of that. And I'm really feeling the pressure here. So what do you do when you're feeling the pressure? Get another battleship. Man, I love these battleships, and it double negates this rockets now. So those rockets are squirming. This This stealth marine is out of range of the black boat as well, so it's pretty nice. And it's losing fuel quite rapidly. So he uses the Black Storm. And it is just brutal. I don't know if we've spoken much about values, but as you can see, I'm absolutely caning him when it comes to value. And, you know, this is not doing anything. I'm sort of running away with the game. And I think at this stage, he's in a precarious position. I've invested minimally stopping this push, which, you know, was very, very scary. And invested heavily in just bolstering my side and middle. So this push is, look at that, that's scary. No matter how you slice it. So he finally comes in here because he gets the free shot on the infantry. We'll give him a salute on the way down. And he's threatening this. Yeah, so he goes for the cleanup here. Goes to capture the lab. I don't know why he captures the lab here. Personally, I think capturing the property is better. Like, sure, it might get interrupted, but I've got a nice shot now with my medium tank, and he should know by now I do not care about losing medium tanks. They are they are just cannon fodder. They are, you know, cogs in the machine at this stage. So maybe that's a better option. Tough to say. We all do things for a reason, don't we? That's a quote. There was one. We do things for reasons. I like that. I might trademark that one. And then sell it to garden centres. You know, put it on those like wooden plaques that you see in people's houses. I don't see this submarine move, so I have no idea where it is. Personally, I really don't want this submarine to get into this half of the pond. So going here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do need to be careful. The sub could be there. And that's what I'm really scared of, is I don't want this submarine looping round and being able to just, like, you know, wail on my shiny units. So I've got a dilemma now. I've got to find this submarine. I have no idea where it is. I've got 2 Neo tanks. My fighter lived, and you'll see how crucial that is. So we go for a wiggly woo with the black boat. Can't find it. The fighter comes in so close. The fighter could have gone on this property, but I really wanted to spot this submarine. Helicopter. Yeah, we just trade off that infantry, and now, because we're in range here, perfect. We brought the bomber in. We've only got one like good target for this bomber, which is the battleship. So what do? We position in a way that no matter what he does, no matter what choice he makes, it is the wrong one. It's quite simple, really. You just be the market maker, right? You know, you see your stock, you see your share or whatever, and it's going up, and you're like, oh my god, buy! I've got to buy it. So you buy, and then immediate crash by 60%. You know, just be the market maker. Like, show them the way, and then pull the rug. Sorry, this is not financial advice. I don't trade. There's no. I'm not affiliated with anyone or anything. I just enjoy the apes strong together meme. This was not a great wall. I probably should have put the mech here, but I think it's fine. He hasn't got his power or anything, so what I like about this position here as well, so again, redundancy, dual purpose, all that. Oh, I've spotted his... God, I'm missing so much on this map. It's so difficult to keep up, right? Sorry, guys. Yeah, so the cruiser spots the submarine, which is just so classic. You're like, the only thing that can deal with it spots it. And then I'm like, wow, so this battleship's going to get slammed. Whatever. Sorry, bring the cruiser back to hill. Carrier, just repositioning, just for better coverage. Yeah, so talking about this wall, Why put the fighter here? I mean, the fighter could have gone... Where was it? It was over here somewhere, wasn't it? It could have gone anywhere down here, whatever. But what I like about this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It covers this entire wall. So this helicopter can't attack anything without dying to the fighter. So I think this is something that you really do have to be aware of when you play this game, is giving your opponent good options. And in this case, you know, he's given me a fantastic option here by potentially, like, you know, making me try to seek out this submarine. It encourages me to bring my fighter over, and because it's got a huge move, it can come up and cover. So this, unfortunately, this helicopter can't do a whole lot. We're almost there, I promise. Wow, I could just talk for ages about advanced forces. Oh, it's brutal. Okay, right, he kills my cruiser, which feels kind of bad, because I need that cruiser. Teacups comes up, Antillery just starts repairing all of his boys down here, and he goes for the strike on the battleship, which I'm totally fine with. It's not ideal. I actually really don't necessarily want this to happen, but I've got the cruiser as backup. This thing's going to die no matter what. And the bomber is just, you know, constantly doing nothing, unfortunately. This poor guy does get refueled though, so don't hate that. And here he comes in for the attack, and I don't know. I think what's going on here is he sees that this is like, this whole area is weak. He knows that I'll get like a hit off and I might kill the Antillery, but just watch what he does, because I actually find this to be a really interesting attack, and I actually think it's pretty decent. It's just the timing and the execution's not great. I mean, yeah, it is. Again, opening himself up to an attack here from a city, which means I get the passive repairs. He's put himself in battleship range. I think he did the calcs and figured out that this was impenetrable, as in, like, this is very difficult for me to fight into, and he's not wrong. But he's also put his rockets in range of my battleship, so maybe it was like a Hail Mary or something. I'm not sure. Quite a sticky situation. I remember seeing this and thinking, right, he's given me like a really complex puzzle here. I just need to solve it, and if I can do that, then we're good. So, you know, we're wrapping this up. I know it's been a long video, but we're only on day 16, so it just goes to show, like, you know, you can have some really swingy moments on this map quite early on, you know, respectively. So here it's about, I've done the calculations. I know what I need to do. I just need to get enough charge for my for my normal. And him hitting the battleship here really helped. I don't think I could have done this without him hitting the battleship. So, boom, boom. Instead of going for this, reveal this one instead. Kill it with the cruiser. Lovely. Go for the finish on there. Bring this battleship up here. So this battleship can't move now. I've covered off all of my units here. Give it some cheeky repairs. Fighter comes in. That covers off my push on the left. And then here we go, so we're just going for the charge here, so artillery, battleship, tsunami. And now this tsunami is vital, because now I have a guaranteed one shot up here, which means I can finish the helicopter. We get a good strike off on the tank. This is a guaranteed one shot now, and also this is a guaranteed one shot now, so maybe just, you know, a bit sloppy on the calculations on Some's behalf. I actually think the attack was pretty good, but I maybe didn't consider the power. But it's a hectic map, honestly. There's so much going on. I mean, my turns took ages on this map. I do like a good long game, but yeah, sometimes it can be a bit arduous. Yeah, so again here, just, you know, oh yeah, you can shoot my artillery, but, you know, it's going to get absolutely railed by everything. And here, just bringing the cruiser up and around, because I know that this is going to take 5 fuels, so it's only going to have 2 left. And if my mission now, I remember, yeah, my mission now was to stop this APC from refueling this submarine. That was like my next objective. You know, you give yourself little quests during the games. I'm like, yes, must stop that. So we get the bomber as well, the Drake bomber. The air units have been solid from Drake, like, don't disrespect them. Oh, and he resigned. there it is. That's the game. Sorry, that was really abrupt. Yeah, I think that is a resignable position for sure. 300 to 21. I mean, he's obviously got his power, but I think my position is just so much stronger right now. And it's just going to be a matter of like grinding him down. So I respect the surrender. But no, really good game. Fantastic game from Somei. Really made me have to think, which is often the case. I have to think quite hard most of the time. But just looking at the units here, kills, deaths. I mean, yeah, I outvalued him. Kills for about 70k, which isn't huge. But you've also got to remember, I think I killed a bomber and 2 helicopters with my power, pretty much. So, and this submarine was dead as well. So all in all, you know, it was a really fun game. And day 17. This I remember seeing this submarine on when I finished my turn. I was like, right, so this submarine will be on 2. And the bloody website said it had 3 fuel left, and I was absolutely fuming. I was like, how has that got 3 fuel? I was like, so when I saw that, because I put this here just to cover the battleship in case like anything went wrong, but yeah, fortunately it only had 2. It's a visual bug, but if it had 3, like he actually, you know, he could break this, and then he's got like not great attacks, but pretty good attacks up here, combined with the battleship. So, man, I would have been tilted. But yeah, as it stands, you know, that sort of final turn there, devastating attack in retaliation. I mean, I think I covered everything, honestly, during the replay. There's so much going on there. Let's talk about the submarines. I don't hate them, but they're kind of less good against Drake, purely from the point of, like, increased naval resistances. Like, my bomber against his battleship, I'm pretty sure, does more damage than my submarine against his battleship. So I want to build, you know, bombers are just better in general. And crucially, like, he didn't build any black boats, and they would have gone so long, like, they would have done so much in refueling his army. Like, these APCs, you just wouldn't need them. So I think maybe he just, like, focuses on the bombers, gets a couple more black boats about, and I think he could have, you know, he could have come back, or at least, like, held me off a bit longer. And of course, if he starts building black boats, then it encourages me to build the submarine. So it's an interesting one. I think I would have countered with a submarine if I was forced to. But I mean, as you can see, like this, I know I've got a battleship here covering, but maybe like here, like this looks really strong for him, and I actually like wasn't scared of this at all. And this is kind of the problem with artillery spamming, is unless you're going to bring them up and really start threatening, like, you know, you know you're going to lose some, it's still probably worth it. Obviously, you know, given each specific scenario. He could have potentially gone for like I know it's my turn, but yeah. Could have maybe been a bit more aggressive there. I mean, obviously he can't because it's like, oh, it's my turn. You know what I mean? You really want to just like force your artillery down your opponent's throat sometimes. Maybe that would have worked here. But yeah, it all sort of came down to this attack, and I think it maybe like I say, this rockets covers everything. It's pretty decent, but maybe he didn't see the battleship because yeah, I don't know. It's been there for like 5 turns, isn't it? Yeah, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But this sort of allowed me to win the game. It wasn't a case of slowly grinding him down. It was a case of like getting yourself in a position so that you can sort of deliver the knockout blow. And I think, again, that's what Drake's excellent at. So I really enjoyed playing Drake. I highly recommend Drake on this map. There's another water map, I can't remember what it's called, which is awesome for Drake. So just play Drake on this map. I mean, who else would be good here? Maybe Rachel, if you get tier 2. High funds could be quite good here. Lots of choky areas. Yeah, I mean, very enjoyable game. Thank you to Somei, my opponent, for giving me a fantastic game. I really enjoyed that one. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. I hope you've been able to put up with my rambling. I appreciate the last video was over a week ago, so I wanted to, you know, get a good one out. But there's no way this has been under an hour. So apologies again for the long video. Just if that's a problem, but you still want to watch my content, maybe just, I don't know, speed it up like 1.5 or something. I appreciate you probably can't understand a word I'm saying at that speed, but at least you get to see the action. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate the support. We've got like 6 or 7 new subscribers this week, so welcome everyone. Hopefully I can bring you some more awesome replays, and don't forget to submit yours as well. You can submit them to me on Discord or my email. I've put my email in the description, so send them over. I really look forward to seeing some of you guys' replays, and I'd love to do some commentary on them and see what ridiculous things we can come out with. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your week, everyone. Thanks for watching, and yeah, see you later. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye now. Bye.